Leviticus 15 provides a set of ancient guidelines that address issues of ritual purity and impurity in the context of bodily discharges, a concept deeply entrenched in the socio-religious structure of the Israelite community. This biblical text articulates the regulations about various bodily emissions, specifically focusing on their implications for personal and communal cleanliness, and the consequent ceremonial practices required for purification. The chapter commences with God speaking to Moses and Aaron, instructing them to communicate certain purificatory laws to the Israelites, as an imperative to maintain ritual cleanliness within the sacred community. The text differentiates between different types of discharges, from non-seminal emissions, verses 2 to 15, and seminal emissions, verses 16 to 18, to those connected with a woman's menstrual period, verses 19 to 30. These regulations were likely aimed at preserving the communal integrity and religious sanctity of Israelite society. Men experiencing abnormal bodily discharges are considered unclean, verse 2, and are required to follow specific purification rituals, which involve washing themselves and their garments. The contagion of uncleanliness in such instances extends to surfaces touched by or individuals coming into contact with an unclean person. A subsequent offering to God made on behalf of the person by a priest completes the purificatory process. Similarly, in terms of semen emissions, men were mandated to cleanse themselves and were deemed ceremonially unclean until evening, temporarily isolating them from normal community activities. This reflects an ancient understanding where bodily emissions were perceived as potent and potentially defiling. Turning to women, the text provides specific instructions regarding menstrual impurity, another culturally significant issue in biblical times, verses 19 to 30. It mandates a woman to be isolated for 7 days during her menstrual period, acknowledging her state of impurity. Anyone or anything that comes into contact with her during her period of menstruation is declared unclean. Should the menstrual flow extend beyond normal days, the impurity continues for the duration of the issue. The text concludes with a requirement for women to offer sacrifices upon purification, analogous to the process applied to men in their purification rites. Leviticus 15 can be viewed from both a religious and anthropological perspective. Religiously, it emphasizes God's holy nature and the necessity of maintaining purity within the community concerning His tabernacle. Anything contrary posed potential consequences.